Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Play Cell. We have SoOn here, and this is Peak. Well, yeah, you know me. Now, how's the Korea, SoOn? How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. Korea was fine. We were screaming for like 4 weeks now, and everything was fine. What about you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's completely dark here in Sweden. It's dark, rains, some snow. Do you have any snow in Korea yet?
I think we have one time, but it was at 3 a.m., so I didn't see.
Now, not really related to snow, but how do you feel Korea has been for Overwatch compared to when you were in NA and EU? Practicing there.
The practicing, of course, Korea was the best. It's my third time in Korea. I do like at EM in 2016, Apex Season 3, and then here for the bootcamp. So every time I go in Korea, the competitive level is higher. Like people in rank are tryharding, communicate a lot, and NAEU is quite same. It's like less people talk, and I'm gonna say like more skilled people in NA than you, but the communication is pretty hard on those.
Do you feel like there's any difference in cultures when it comes to the teams in Korea compared to NA and EU? If you compare it with like Rogue and Valiant and stuff.
So I'm gonna talk about Rogue for the French culture. Valiant, it was half Korean, half American people, and very small European. So I would say in Korea, it's quite same as French people. Like in Korea, they're trying a lot and they're playing the game a lot. They are disciplined. They listen to the coach. So for the French people, it's quite same, but the French people is gonna tell the problems more in the front. So if there's if I have to tell to my teammate, you do a mistake here, or maybe you could improve on this way, I'm gonna say it. And I feel for the American people is the reverse. I think the American people is just gonna, you do a mistake, I'm just gonna tell the coach, and that's it. I'm not gonna talk anything with my teammates. I feel like it's kind of funny. There's different culture, and I saw the difference, and it's pretty huge.
Do you feel like it's better with the way how to say you handle not really problems or anything, but you are more direct with the practice and like you fix things quicker, or is it better if the coach does it, so to say?
I think it's different way. I don't think there is one better than others. It's just different, but when you have like shuffling the culture is quite hard because, for example, a French player, he want to say to an American player, you're doing this mistake, but an American player, because of his culture, is gonna take it really bad. If he's gonna, why is speaking of me like on the front like that? I feel like disrespectful or something like that. So like when you shuffle the culture, it's pretty bad. But if everyone is on the same page, I feel is good for every culture.
Did you feel like it was easy to integrate into Valiant after going from Rogue?
I think when we came to Valiant Frizenko, it was quite hard for us because we were playing with Rogue for like more than a year, and we know each other so well, and everything we wanted to say, we say to our teammates, and that's why Rogue was really strong, because we are giving feedback each other's on front and with respect, etc. So everyone know. But when we came in Valiant, we have this habit to do that, and of course for some players they didn't prepare. They were like shocked. It's like, wow, this guy is like giving feedbacks every time. I feel like, maybe because he give me feedback because I'm bad or stuff like that. But of course not. And yeah, we have some problems with Valiant because we are giving too much feedbacks.
So one more thing on when you were in Rogue, you guys posted a lot when you went to Vegas, for example, to take breaks, or like a lot of hot tubs, for example. Now that's a French thing. I noticed players spending a lot of time in the hot tubs. Is that like a common thing you did in Valiant as well, or more like just for fun with the friends?
Yeah, it's more like with friends because in Rogue we were not teammates. We are more than friends because we are staying together for a long time. So it's what happened. For example, I stayed a long time with Valiant people, 1 year, and for me, there's some friends, for example, AJT, Space, Kerry, Costa. For me, they're almost all friends. It's a good part of the pro player. But is it a French thing? I don't think so, because I see a lot of people doing that. So
no, yeah,
probably not.
Yeah, I was wondering because now in 2020 you're gonna have like a lot more traveling and stuff. And do you feel like you're prepared, so to say, to deal with the physical, the physical toll the traveling has on you, with jet lag, maybe not eating properly, sleeping properly, etc.? How do you relax or rest up?
So I think for myself, I feel confident because I'm traveling a lot before the Overwatch League. I'm going to a lot of country. I'm traveling a lot. So, and because like France to Los Angeles for the 2 seasons, it was a long flight. So I feel confident. I know there's gonna be a problem for a lot of players, but I don't think for me. I'm just comfortable in an airplane. I can sleep whenever. But for some people, of course, it's gonna be really hard.
How do you plan to, so to say, keep your practice up when traveling? Your personal practice, but also the team practice. Do you feel like you can do some strats? I don't know, strategy talk while traveling, or how do you see it?
Same. It depends of players. For example, for the veteran players, like people who's playing Overwatch since the beginning and at pro level, I don't think there's gonna be a problem for them. So for me too, because we are playing the game so much, of course the level is gonna decrease, but I think the veteran players are kinda consistent. But for the new players, especially players who's playing a lot every day, is gonna be a problem. I'm gonna attack in Paris. I'm gonna attack, for example, for Nico, who's playing a lot. I think he need to play a lot before a match or during scrims. So I don't know how he's gonna adapt. But I saw the thing.
Do you have any sort of routine that you do before matches? Like, do you listen to some special music, or do you do like what do you do like to prepare you mentally?
So for myself, I try to keep my energy before the matches. So if the match is at 10 a.m., it's fine. I'm just gonna wake up like 3 hours before, and I'm gonna be fine. But sometimes you're gonna play matches at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. I don't know yet, but maybe it's gonna be like that. And you have a long day before your matches, so you're gonna wake up at 8 or 9 a.m. because maybe you have like media stuff or stuff like that. So because of that, because you have to wait like 5, 6, 7 hours before your matches, just keep my energy. I stay really focused, because sometimes I'm kind of funny, sometimes I'm serious, but before a match I try to be always serious and just wait. That's it. I don't really listen to music. I don't hang out. I just wait the matches because it's the most important part of the day.
When you were in season 1 and then went to season 2, what was the difference in SoOn, like the player SoOn that you saw now in hindsight?
Kind of hard because the meta is pretty different. I don't think it changed a lot. It's more during the season 1 I changing myself, like I said, with Rogue and my habit to give feedbacks. When Moon came in Valiant, I start to be more than American culture. I just listening to the coach and giving feedback only to the coach, to not like to not hurt my teammates. And since I'm staying the same in Paris, so I think it's the only difference for me.
Do you have any advice you would give to yourself when you were younger? Maybe when you started out in Graviton Search, or just right when you were in Misfits. How would you give like advice to yourself to be as successful as possible as a player?
I think there's two things I could change before. Of course, like most of the time, you have to make choice. For example, same for me. Should I stay Valiant or should I go to Paris? For example, it's a huge choice for me. So it happened a lot in my career. So the first one, I should maybe stay in Misfits because the organization was pretty fine and they have a Roche League spots instead of Rogue. So maybe if I was staying in Misfits, maybe I could do a better job in Mayhem Season 1. Or maybe I should leave Rogue in before the Overwatch League. Like I switched to Rogue and maybe I should like stop at the end of my contract and not renew my contract, so I could like don't have a problem because Rogue didn't make it to the Overwatch League and he struggled a lot of playing Rogue. With Rogue, we are one of the best Western team, and there's only me, AKM, and Enco who's joined the Overwatch League. So Rogue was like pretty much a curse for the Overwatch League. So I could change both of this stuff if I was younger.
Yeah, and speaking of making decisions and stuff, when you're in game and have to make decisions now, it's a bit different with the meta and all. But how do you get over bad decisions and continuing the match, or keeping the focus? Like, what gives you the energy to keep the focus going?
When you're losing a 3-map, for example?
A map or a match, sort of like when it's difficult.
Overwatch, when you're playing a ton of matches in Overwatch, pretty much how the game is working. In Overwatch, it's not about the skill. It's more about communication and team play, mental. I feel in Overwatch, you can be reserve sweep pretty easily because when you're winning 1, 2, 3 maps, and then you start losing 1 map and 2 maps, your mentality going down and you win pretty much easily. So I feel like even if you lose 1 or 2 maps, the enemy can struggle and you can come back. That's what I'm thinking in my head because it happened, and I feel it happened pretty much. And if your team is staying focused, if your team is wake up or communicate more or doing like on scrims, you can reverse sweep.
How did you deal with the meta swings in Paris? Like personally, how did you feel like you had to adapt as a player, going from goats to triple DPS to reset, etc.? I feel like every player has some strength and weakness. So, for example, I'm gonna take the example of Birdwing. Birdwing is almost same as me. Like he has some struggling. He's struggling on Zarya, but Outbreak is fine. And it's for every player it's like that. I'm gonna be bad on Pharah, but on his scan I'm gonna be better or stuff like that. So when you have to adapt in the meta, you have to choose first the hero you like. Which hero you like, because if you like a hero, you're gonna improve much than a hero you don't like. For example, Zarya is like, I like Zarya because you're aiming and you're doing ton of damage, but I don't really like the god meta, so I wasn't
really excited to play this meta, and that's why maybe we are struggling a lot about the players like me or some from last season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just what you like and which one you're comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, going into the new version of Paris, what do you want the crowd to feel when they see SoOn on the stage?
Well, same like I feel like for me it's funny, but I think for the people it's like something maybe funny too, or I don't know. I never asked the question, but I think it's like more hype for them.
Yeah.
It's something like to yell and yeah, I don't know honestly.
No, yeah, and I sort of understand you. But when you view at yourself as a player, are you a star player, support player? Not support like role, but more supportive to your teammates. Like, what role do you have in the team, and then how do you express it, so to say? What type of personality do you have as a player, do you think?
I think I'm someone who's giving the example. Try to be the perfect teammate. In the case like, oh, SoOn is never late. SoOn is always serious before the matches. SoOn is not tilting during matches. SoOn is consistent. Like, try to be like all the good part of a professional player. And then, because I was in Overwatch and on eSport for pretty much long time now, like people can take this example. Oh, he was playing Overwatch since the beginning. He was on some good teams, so I have to follow his line of conduct, or I have to follow his example. So I try to do that.
Yeah, like being like you say, an example for other players and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any players that you look up to yourself?
Look up, you mean?
That you are inspired by, maybe outside of Overwatch, or other games, or inside of Overwatch, that motivate you, and yeah.
I always love players who more doing entertainment than just follow a book. I'm gonna say, for example, Pine. Pine. Why I love Pine is because during the season 1 is making the show. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna camp here with Widow and just try to win my duel to show to the people, oh, I'm better and than him, and my team is better, and I wanna win. Pine is someone who's gonna take a high risk, high reward situation. So, for example, he's gonna drop on the main from the 6 enemy and is gonna try to kill people, and people love that. People love watching Pine making headshot and being really aggressive. And it's what inspired me, because I was like that when I was younger, before Overwatch, when I play Shootmania in competitive game. I was like, try to doing the show, like try to do like huge flick shot, like 90 degrees or stuff like that. And he reminded me before, and I try. Sometimes it's bad because the competition, you're not allowed to do that. But I try to do the same as Pine, trying to make the game more spectacular for the viewers.
No, yeah, I know exactly how you mean. It's super interesting, and
yeah.
Now with the geolocated events and stuff, like going in, with playing at Paris, etc. Do you plan on doing special stuff on stage for the fans, maybe in Paris, compared to when you travel elsewhere? Do you plan to use the stage hype, from the home crowd, and build your brand, or use your brand, so to say?
But my brand is just one collection on AC Sports. I don't say I'm gonna do much because I don't have any ideas right now. I'm full focusing right now on my vlogs. I'm doing vlog as a pro player. I know there's some CSGO players doing that, and I feel it's kind of interesting because I'm following the CSGO scene, and even me, I'm a fan of some players. So I know what people want, especially in Overwatch. People want to be closer to their players, their favorite players. So for my fans, I'm doing vlog and people can see how is it to be a pro player in Overwatch League. And I feel it's kind of interesting to do that. So I'm focusing on this, actually.
All right. So, yeah, before we wrap this up, do you have anything you want to plug? Any, stream, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, etc.?
Yeah, of course. On YouTube, SoOn OW to watch my vlogs. So there's like BlizzCon, this bootcamp, and I'm gonna record as much as I can and be the most transparent possible during this vlog, because of course it's internal stuff we cannot share. I have Twitter SoOn99 or Twitch SoOnSM. Sometimes I stream when I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Instagram, do you have any?
Oh yeah, Instagram. I didn't even know myself.
Yeah, no worries.
It's like SoOn99 _ OW, because people stole my nickname before I use it.
Yeah, it happens. All right. Thank you so much for joining, man.
Thank you, Pick.
Have a great day.